It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Eagles and the Vikings under the lights on Thursday night.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
We talk so much about how coaches script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. Could they have scripted a better start in terms of playing? Offensive Player of the Week in the NFC, and his team won their season opener.
Absolutely. Perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1. Now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
Second down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Hurts. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it's 3rd and 4.
And here are the key inactives for them in this one, and obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork, and if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota.
And taken right on the 30. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Cousins.
And this pass broken up. And a contact long time there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play.
Through an opening, and there he goes.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
A big play there for Philly.
because no one seemed to pick him up at all. He's running free, and there's not a quarterback in the league who's going to miss that throw. That's a huge play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw is Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down Vikings.
Amazing how Jefferson makes first downs like that look routine, isn't it? He's off to the greatest start by a receiver in NFL history. Set records for most catches and yards in a player's first 3 seasons and led the league in both last year.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The Vikings had 0-1 of the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Cousins now.
This goes out wide from Madison.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
You look at this Eagle defense.
This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Cousins now from the 50.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
So nothing doing there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
First and 10 at the 29-yard
On first and 10, it's Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
So from the 37, here's second and a couple. Here's Hurts to throw.
Got him in. It's Brown.
And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as they get this up past the 40.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Now it's second and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a fourth down.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Now Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Cousins to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Minnesota.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw, Cousins.
Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line.
This is caught by Addison.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Again, it's Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
K.J. Osborne.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. On first down, Hurts going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Chris Watkins, 75 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Final play of the half, Cousins.
Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Washington Commanders. And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year. St. Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Play action now. Cousins.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A first down throw for Cousins.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Second down and 3.
At the Eagles' 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Akers. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. 1st down, here's Cousins. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught. Smith. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Third down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
One more time with Swift. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect them to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance of the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins now. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Throwing is Cousins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Cousins again. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Cousins on first down. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
At the Eagles' 31-yard line.
Here's Cousins.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll take this down to the 26. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Here's 2nd down. Cousins to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Completes to Zacchaeus. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, Hurts. He finds his man. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. This is Swift on the counter, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got